I'm John Rowland with Highland Park Lapidary, and I want to show you the belt sander. So basically what we did is we took the old belt sander, old Highland Park manufacturing belt sander design and kind of brought it back to life. There's a couple things that are a little different on it. Not a whole lot. We changed the base. The original one used to be on a aluminum base, and the problem with that is that all the screws would get rusted in it. If you had to take anything apart, the screws would stick in that. We used basically, it's a kind of a phenolic. It's a really high density, high strength polymer that we use on we use it on our trim saw, and we're using it on one other thing too. I can't remember what, but basically if you look at this, some of the things, I haven't adjusted the hoods and stuff on this yet, but the main drum here, the upper drum, this on the old units was kind of a pain in the ass. Again, if you've ever had to rebuild one, the way they put it together, it really wasn't serviceable. Your bearings would go bad and the thing won't track right, and then you can't deal with it. So what I did here, again, is kind of similar to what I did on our flat lap. I took 2 precision roller bearings, put bores into this drum, and then the shaft on this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I went stainless steel on this shaft, and then I put a clip ring on the end. Do we have one of these that's taken apart right now, or are they all together?
They're all
together.
together.
It's got a snap ring on the end of it, and then I put this hub on the end, because one of the things you had on those units is the water would get into the end, particularly on this end, because the belt always rides a little closer to this end on the main hub. And the water would get in. So I put an O-ring seal on this. This little insert goes in, a couple screws hold it in, and it keeps it dry inside. And then if you do have a bearing that goes bad, literally all you need is a snap ring pliers, and you can replace all the bearings in it, and it's really easy. Then of course it's going to have, we have to put our leather on these, the foam and the leather on these, just the leather polishing wheel on this end. Pretty much in the machine, the rest of the controls and stuff and are the same. We put our switch box up there because on the originals they had it back on the motor, which I didn't really care for. The caster camber adjustment's the same. You get your standard roller bearings that are pillow block bearings and underneath this cover. For those people that have these units that have problems with them, the number one thing I see is that lower shaft. Somebody serviced the bearings and they didn't get it level. If that lower shaft is not level, you'll never get your tracking right. So, you know, you put a square against the side of this wheel and the tray and get it true before you set the whole machine up, and then you got a machine that's going to work right. But it's a nice little machine. A lot of people love this machine, and we're happy to bring it back.